You're on the air first. That's so.
Been sitting here since 2 in the morning.
Oh, there we go.
And the power decides to come on when Barrett walks in the door, and he thinks that I'm just sitting on my duffus loafing. So, not
No,
the case.
Never in a million years would I believe that's what you're doing.
Not the case.
There
So,
you go.
all right. So, a very good morning to you. And yesterday was some storms that we had around the Northeast Kingdom, and
Yeah.
it created minimal issues. It wasn't like, Hail Mary, but it did create a couple of problems. And in your business, I'm sure that there are things that the minor things are major for some people because, you expect your life to have a certain routine to it.
Mm-hmm.
And when that gets thrown for a loop, then people go, Mike, help me. I need help. And then comes Barrett. Da, 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 da.
With either really good news or really, really, really bad news.
But most of the time, he can fix it for you. 'Cause he's that kind of guy.
Don't overpromise.
And if you've got a problem this morning, feel free to call Mike Barrett at Barrett Insurance, located in downtown St. Johnsbury.
Yes.
His phone number is
748-5224. Yeah. Yesterday was interesting. I mean, when those storms came through in the morning, it must have been the storm that struck that porch in Lindenville.
crazy.
Would
And
that
then
have been covered by insurance, do you think?
I think that if they had the right insurance,
Yes.
most definitely.
Okay, good. Just a quick test for you this morning, sir.
Now, I'm trying to think. There are some things that are covered and some that are not. And it's really depending on going to the right person, like Mike Barrett, to find out, because a lot of people think they're covered for certain things and then come to find out when that time, I'm sorry to say, unfortunately does occur, that they go, oh man, I thought that I was covered for this the whole time. So
Yeah.
that's why you need to sit down and talk with
And talk
somebody.
to an agent, absolutely. That there's two things that happen. So one, yes, a person has a policy and they go, yeah, I'm covered. Yeah. They haven't looked at a paper, they haven't read a policy, they haven't talked to the company or their agent, but they say, yeah, I'm covered. And they tell all their friends, yeah, I'm covered. And then a claim happens, they go, I wasn't covered!
So some of the things that, like flooding in your basement or like a natural disaster, these are some of the things that people may think that a general coverage may cover, but actually don't. I mean, what are some of the things that people should go, let me look at my policy and, oh, wait a minute, this is something I should be concerned about. I heard it this morning.
Yeah. And that's a great way to look at it is, try to assess the things that you are most concerned about. I mean, in regards to the structure yesterday in Lindenville, they got struck by lightning. Good news. Fire and lightning. Pretty much every single policy has coverage for that. But beyond that, there can be things that may not always be in place. Now, if you look at specific exclusions, you have earthquake, groundwater, seepage, and flood that are all excluded on these types of personal lines policies for structures, whether it be a home, mobile home, or a rental property that you have covered through either a commercial or some sort of a personal lines policy set up to do that kind of coverage. So that's when you really need to decide, hey, am I high enough up that if I was to flood, that this is the place that Noah would be building, or am I low enough where I'm susceptible to flood? You'd be amazed at how affordable a flood policy can be if you're in what we consider a low-risk area, anywhere between $200 to $300 a year for a fair amount of coverage.
Wow.
Which some people go, yeah, but I can't justify spending that much money for something that may never happen. Think about how you just said that, may never. Not never. And even if you say never, it will.
And when it does, you'll be crying.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that where I'm at, Noah might be, he would at least have maybe an office there.
A skiff.
Yeah,
Maybe just a backup skiff in the backyard.
But there are certainly plenty of properties in the Northeast Kingdom that would benefit from having some level of flood coverage, even if you never ever need it. That's that one time that you need it, that you are going to be glad that you have it. The worst time to realize how your policy is covering you is at the time of loss. Just remember that.
Now, the Caledonia County Fair starts today, and we'll be out there every single day. Please stop by and say hi. I'll be walking around with my ginormous silkscreen graphic shop T-shirt that says Kicks. That way people can find me easily.
I'm glad you spell it K-I-X, not K-I-C-K, because you'd be hurting otherwise.
People will be kicking me around the fair.
They think you're at amusement.
Are you going to put on a Barrett Insurance T-shirt, walk around, hand out information?
Well, now you'll make me look bad. No, I'm not.
No, because I'll be riding rides.
We go up. I love to go to the fair. I've gone to the fair every year that I've lived here. We've gone for at least one day, and I got an almost 2-year-old, so I'm looking forward. He is big time into animals, so I can't wait to bring him in to see the horses and the cows and the goats and the chickens. He loves animals, so I'm really excited to be able to really enjoy the agricultural part of the Caledonia County Fair this year. Something that I don't normally do. I know there's a tent there. I won't name the tent, but that was typically where I would hang out.
Okay.
But this year I'm going to go beyond the tent.
Does it rhyme with deer?
Yeah. Yeah, it is like a deer tent. Yeah.
When you're doing the petting thing around the fair, tell your child to please keep his hands off of me. And Mike, it's always a pleasure to have you in studio, and throw out your website and where they can listen to this interview again, and your phone number. And you've been listening to Good Policies with Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance in St. Johnsbury on Kix 105.5.
Yeah, you can always give us a call, 748-5224. Visit our Facebook page, Barrett Insurance Agency. Go to our YouTube channel, which admittedly is 3 weeks behind, but it'll be caught up today. Or you can check out our website, thebarrettagency.com.
There's been things going on, I'm sure.
Been a little busy.
Okie dokie. Thanks.
Have a great week.